Kids today experience money completely different than we did growing up. Most of us remember seeing physical cash, watching our parents write checks, or going with them to the bank to withdraw money. And as we fast forward to today, it's all digital now. We're either swiping a card, tapping a card, or tapping our cell phones or scanning a QR code for money transactions. So to kids, it looks like money is invisible, and there is an endless supply of it because they don't physically see the money, and they don't fully connect the dots that when you spend, it subtracts from the total that you had when you first started. So all they see is, I want this, and 2 days later, Amazon delivers it. And that's exactly why more now than ever, we have to make sure that we are teaching our children and teaching our kids how money really works as early as possible and as young as possible, because they no longer see how money comes and goes anymore. And it doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be practical enough for them to understand. All you need is consistency, honesty, and a willingness to bring our kids or to bring our nieces and our nephews and our godkids into the financial conversation in simple, age-appropriate ways. Try incorporating cash as much as you can. Get a $20 bill and break it up into a 10 and 5 and 5 ones to teach them the save, spend, give method. Because as adults, that's ultimately the flow of our income. We pay ourselves first, save. We pay our bills, spend, and then we give through tithing or charitable donations. This can help them understand that it started off at 20 and they've watched how it was divided and budgeted out. If your goal right now is to pay off debt, take your kids along the journey. There's no need to tell them how much you owe, but you can bring them on the journey in age-appropriate ways. You can let them know that, hey, we're focusing on paying off some bills so we can have a better place financially. So instead of a big vacation this year, we're going to have a fun staycation with movie night, taco night, and game night, and that's going to help us reach our goal much faster. Because ultimately, what matters the most with kids is the memories you create with them. And creating memories don't have to be grand or luxury, because kids remember the times you spent with them the most. And this helps them to become familiar with what debt is before they leave the house, and you're actively demonstrating to them discipline, sacrifice, and the importance of having a debt payoff plan. Because kids will model what you show them and don't show them. This helps them to gain a much clearer sense of how money works in the real world. So let them witness your financial progress along the way. We must teach our kids how credit cards works before they learn the hard way. You can walk on any college campus today and you'll find a large amount of students carrying credit cards, but there are so many of them that has no idea how they actually work. And they don't fully understand that it's a loan with strings attached because they were never taught the basics of credit cards before stepping out in the real world. So teach them that a credit card is a tool, not a shortcut, and everything that's charged must be paid back. And far too often, our young adults' first exposure to credit cards is when they leave the house or leave the home to have their independence. And they're suddenly offered a credit card through banks and apps and promotional booths, and they sign up without fully understanding what they're committing to. And by the time they find out what APR means or what a late fee does to your balance, the damage is already done. Don't let these companies falsely educate our kids on why they should get a credit card with them. Let's educate our kids so when they are approached by these companies to open up a credit card, they are financially educated enough to make an informed decision. Just start the conversation. There are so many adults that I talk to and I ask them, growing up, was money discussed or taught in your home? And most replies are no. And because of that silence in their home growing up, many of them learned about money the hard way. When they moved out, they made mistakes, racked up debt, or still, even in adulthood, feels like they're still trying to play catch up. And now as young adults, they're too embarrassed to say what they don't know because they feel like at this age and stage, I should know. And there's this quiet shame around not knowing how money works. But the truth is, most people didn't learn about finances growing up. We've just either learned to either fake it or avoid it. So instead of asking questions, we've avoided or stayed silent. Instead of saying, I don't understand this, they remove themselves from the conversation entirely. Instead of logging into their banking apps, they avoid it unless it's payday. Because if it's not payday, the anxiety is too much. The fear of what the balance might say is overwhelming in itself. This avoidance doesn't mean people are irresponsible. It just means that they're overwhelmed, they're ashamed, and they're unprepared. And that cycle of financial silence keeps repeating itself with each new generation, and we stay where we are, as we are, in silence. Nothing's coming in because nothing's coming out. And we can break this cycle. We can start the conversations with our kids. We can explain the truth about money and credit and debt before they find themselves upside down financially. I make it a point to where anyone that's past or present that has ever been part of my adult life, I've asked them questions about money, because you will not be connected to me and be upside down, suffering in silence. I've asked them, do you have a secure number or do you have a freedom number? They go, what's that? Your secure number is if your bank account goes under that amount, you're in trouble. And your freedom number is a year's worth of your take-home pay, but you have to feel secure before you can be free. So do you have at least $5,000 saved in your bank account right now is what I asked them. And if the answer is no, you're going to leave my presence with the plan of how to get there, and you don't get to tell me no. My circle is very small, but my circle is also very secure because I understand that not everyone comes from families who have the financial basics to give them, no fault of their own, but it doesn't mean that they'll never receive it. So anyone that's directly connected to me have received financial insight and strategies that has propelled them forward in some way, shape, or form. And if they're no longer connected to me, they left with financial insight and strategies that help prepare them forward in some way, shape, or form. Because no matter where they are, it's so important to me that anyone that comes into my life, whether they stay for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, it's my responsibility and my obligation as a financial wellness coach and as a person that has a passion behind financial stability. It matters to me that the seed of wealth and wisdom was planted. Hey family, I hope you enjoyed today's wealth and wisdom conversation. It's so important to ensure that we are teaching our kids, our nieces, our nephews, our godkids, or just any child that we may know or that we may come across. It's always important to help teach them financial basics to help set them up for success as they grow into a teenager and a young adult and adult out in this world. We can no longer wait for the school system to sit down and teach our kids how to be financially successful. So make sure you share this video with at least 10 people that you know. I'll be dropping more videos like this every Wednesday. Always remember, your mindset is the key to unlocking your financial freedom. It's time to leave behind what's comfortable for what's possible. All we have is now, so start now. See y'all next week.